piecing it together. But it appears to be a weapon of some sort.
Shepard to Normandy. I've recovered the obelisk of Karza.
You're not my commander anymore. Don't order me around.
With difficulty, this one is prepared to admit that the Hana do not make for natural warriors.
Shepard, you're alive.
I told you, nothing can take down Shepard.
The going gets tough and my former engineers hit the bar. Here's to Miranda.
Nice job, you genetically perfect Cerberus cheerleader Boschtet. Kill us alive.
All mods in the Retrofit series have had their mount priorities altered. This is intended to make compatibility simpler, especially for those using LE3 Diversification project and Take Earth Back. Additionally, a small number of changes have been made to Cat 6 and Geth Retrofits mods. For English users in Cat 6 Retrofits, the clone Shepard is now using combat vocalizations taken from an unused Shepard hench file in Mass Effect 1. The changes to the Geth are a little more substantial. Geth rocket troopers are now consistent with earlier games and mods in the series, and are using a weapon that looks like Geth technology. Geth troopers now have shields on higher difficulties, and all Geth have shield impact effects that match those in earlier games. Alongside some bug fixes, there have been two noticeable changes to Omega Hub. The first is a visual consequence to how you shut down the reactor during Omega DLC. If you chose to sacrifice civilians to power down the system, then Omega will be beset by a toxic red haze. The second is an expansion to the bartender cutscene. You can now choose from a variety of drinks, each with differing strengths. The 5 drinks are taken from previous games, background lore, and from the Mass Effect cocktail book. Drink too much, and the new drunk system will take effect. This system is based on the one from Mass Effect 2. The camera will go wobbly and the screen will get blurry, but it is only temporary until Shepard sobers up. If you use LE3 Diversification project, then you will be able to get drunk in Purgatory and in the sushi bar. Let's begin LE3 Diversification Project's deep dive with characters. 6 characters have had a visual overhaul. General Oraka, Kalisa Bint Sinan al-Jilani, and Kelly have been updated to look closer to appearances in Mass Effect 1 or 2. Blue Sun's leader Darner Vosk is wearing a more unique outfit, while the corpse of Bilal Osoba now looks like his father. In addition, Liara will now wear a proper combat helmet in battle, rather than a little breather. The overhaul of the post-coup citadel continues with changes to Purgatory. In the aftermath of the battle, you'll see wrecked vehicles and C-Sec cordoning off areas. I did want to do a deeper series of changes, but the nature of the map makes that very difficult. As the war progresses, desperation sinks in. You'll see people hooking up, getting wasted, and trying to party away their last days. Other changes have been made to the Citadel. These range from Aria returning to Omega, to new apartment artifacts, engineers fixing up the Normandy, environmental storytelling for assignments, and an overhaul of the gift-giving cutscenes for Ashley and Kaiden.
Thanks. That's sweet. I've been climbing the walls.
The boldest change we have made for this update is to port over the Citadel Tower from Mass Effect 1. Our intention had been to make this a one-off hub to explore, so you can see how the great and good of the galaxy react to the war. However, we had to shelve that and focused on porting over the Mass Effect 3 cutscene to this area. Lunk and Pauju worked hard to do this, and the results speak for themselves. Let's take a little watch.
We need your help. Everything you can spare.
Each of us faces a similar situation. Even now, the Reapers are pressing on our borders. If we lend you our strength to help Earth, our own worlds will fall.
We must fight this enemy together.
And so we should just follow you to Earth?
Even if we were to unite our fleets, do you really believe we could defeat the Reapers?
I don't expect you to follow me without a plan.
Counselors, we have that plan, a blueprint, created by the Protheans during their war with the Reapers.
A blueprint for what?
We're still piecing it together. But it appears to be a weapon of some sort.
Capable of destroying the Reapers?
So it would seem.
The scale is... it would be a colossal undertaking.
Mass Effect has never been short of stunning vistas, but here and there we found a few fell short. This update fixes several, such as restoring lightning to the Reapers on planets, to adding more detail to backgrounds and adjusting desaturation values to be more consistent with earlier games. Empty areas have started to be decorated more deeply, such as the Adjutant Laboratory on Omega. Another issue was single biome planets. To remedy this, we have changed one map on Rannoch from desert to temperate and added huge amounts of wildlife. The bulk of LE3 Diversification project's changes are to cutscenes. Many have been altered, from small changes like making Samara drag her daughter out of the monastery to animating Udina. Others have had new choices added, such as the ability to react more professionally to Balak.
Shepard, are you all right?
Fine. You won't have any more trouble with those codes.
Is that... do you want me to arrest him?
Let him go. Spectre Authority.
Understood, Commander. And thanks.
Multiple new cutscenes have been added. Some are entirely new, others are cut content, and some were intended to be cinematic but were left ambient due to ME3's rushed development. We haven't shown many of these changes as they are better to discover in-game, but this next one is worth seeing more of. The heavy focus on Liara has irritated many players over the years, so we have taken the opportunity to correct one of these. On Thessia, Liara will always save you, but with LE3 Diversification project, a romance or best friend squad mate will now do so instead. Let's take a look at Garrus saving the day.
This is Shepard. Give us your location.
I repeat, is anyone on this frequency?
We read you. Give me your location.
The lieutenant's down. Our whole zone is collapsing. What happened to Shepard? Did they make it to the temple? I saw them. Wait, I've got a Reaper inbound. Please, is anybody there? Wait, guys,
Alongside some other minor changes, we have finally given the Reaper Tyrant a barrier that can recharge. This makes the enemy even more deadly and raises it up from a tough nuisance into near mini-boss status. I'm really pleased to also announce that I've brought back a cutscene that was detailed only in the beta text files. This involved a meeting between Shepard and the Hanar ambassador. The script is mostly from that beta file, with a few changes in line updates here and there to fit with Mass Effect 3.
This one begs you to accept these soldiers on behalf of the Illuminated Primacy, Commander.
How do your people fight?
With difficulty, this one is prepared to admit that the Hanar do not make for natural warriors. Those brave souls serving as peacekeepers wear liquid polymer exosuits and use drones for support. Most serve in our Navy.
The Obelisk of Karza mission has undergone major lighting and post-processing improvements. This creates a more unique atmosphere compared to the original map file. Tying off the mission is a new cutscene where Shepard comes into contact with the obelisk itself.
Shepard to Normandy. I've recovered the Obelisk of Karza.
Spectre expansion mod adds 4 new combat missions. Each of these is tied to one of Mass Effect 3's fetch quests. The 4 missions included are Hades Nexus, Prothean Sphere, Kite's Nest, Pillars of Strength, Selaean Nebula, Rings of Elune, and Valhallan Threshold, Prothean Data Drives. These missions are designed to evoke the feel of Mass Effect 2's N7 maps. Storytelling is mostly environmental, with a little bit of dialogue here and there to set them up. If I return from my hiatus, my intention is to make these fetch quests feel closer to a Mass Effect 1 Uncharted World assignment. I have concepts drawn up for all of these already, but the scripts are not finished. As a final demonstration of the mod updates, here is some gameplay from Valhallan Threshold Prothean Data Drives. I hope you enjoy it.
Cortez, do you copy?